Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to RSF1's F3 division. We're coming to you live, round number 16, I believe it is, of the championship. Only a few more races to go. I believe it's 6 races to go in the championship, so things are getting very, very interesting, especially here in the F3 division. The championship is still up for grabs with potential of 5-6 drivers in with a chance. Some obviously have more than others, but obviously we'll go over that when we get into due course. We're here at the Russian Grand Prix, a very flowing track. It's kind of some people like it, some people not so much. Yeah, it should provide some interesting action, especially that long run down to turn 1. I'm RSF1 Rubens, obviously you know me by Michael, and I'm joined by
I'm
joined
Chris 12 LFC. I'm about here, just new around here, so it's going to be interesting to see what's going on.
I messed my words up a little bit there. I was like, how am I meant to say he's here with me? That was complicated.
That's man. Feel good.
Anyway, Russia. As before we were going live, I actually was speaking to Chris here, because Chris is now going to be in the co-coms role, so you're going to be hearing a lot of his voice now for the rest of the season in F3, which you are very happy about doing, because you are one of the kind of admins for F3, aren't you? You get to see the ins and outs, like the backstage gossip, if you will, of this division. There's a fair few characters in here. I knew that there is, but you've come to realise as well. There's a fair few characters in here, isn't there?
Oh yes, a lot of people in this division that basically love to speak before thinking, to be honest, and they're very aggressive drivers on track as well, which is always making entertaining racing, to be honest with you. So they don't like following each other. They would go for a move if it's there, I've noticed.
Yeah. Sometimes I say you got to have your elbows out. That's what makes you win championships. Think of real life F1 drivers. They all have their mean streak in them. Goes to league racing as well. Obviously, got to be within the rules and so on. But
yeah,
there we go. Yet another good turnout. Obviously we've had the fair few weeks where it's been a bit, 14, 13 odd. But in general, Chris, you see it all around. Obviously, the end of the game cycle, F1 2021 is, I think it's less than 2 months away now.
Yeah,
so
it's approaching.
Very close. Yeah, whenever we get to an end of a game cycle, it just whittle away. But considering that, and considering we're 6 more rounds after this, it's not bad at all, is it, right now?
No, there's a lot of drivers that have stayed loyal to this to the very end, and that's very nice to see. It seems like they're enjoying their racing around here. I don't think it's more of the game. I think it's more of where they're racing. They're actually enjoying RSF1 in general.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Good to see as well. Shane is the first driver out in the Renault, just ahead of Swift in the Ferrari.
I need to turn this
all
audio
head
down.
out. Swift is interestingly looking a bit boisterous behind Shane. He's very, very keen to actually get by him.
Yeah, he seems to want to be the first guy to set a lap from the looks of things here.
Are they racing?
I think they might be,
What are you two doing? they're both going like really quick, aren't they?
Yeah,
one of you back off, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think it matters though, because tyre wear is really not a problem around here. I've been setting a few laps myself, and the second lap on the soft tyres is the better lap.
Right, Russia as a track. I used to love this place, but as you'll notice, again, I don't know what Swift is doing.
No.
I'm a little bit nervous.
It's going to end badly. Oh no.
Maybe for the race, gentlemen.
Yeah, exactly.
Shane gonna... No!
Have they made contact? I missed it.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
Oh no.
I apologise, I laughed.
What happened, mate? I didn't see it.
I laugh because it's silly. Yeah, there was contact, and Shane's got a broken front wing.
Oh.
I laugh because it's silly and it's unnecessary. I'm not laughing because they've done it and it's against these two.
Yeah, I understand that.
One of you back off.
It was very poor, to be honest. I don't know what was going on there. But nonetheless...
That'll be an interesting one to clear up.
Exactly. Hopefully they'll just take it on the chin and move on from that. Otherwise they're going to have a very frustrating rest of their evening.
Yeah. Fortunately, neither have got a grid penalty as far as I can see, so that would have been the worst thing.
Yes, correct.
I don't think they have. Let me just double check. Validated lap times. I saw Shane's name for a second. I was like, oh no, no, it's all right.
That's a good relief.
Anyway, distraction aside, Russia. Flowing circuit, few interesting straights as well. Overtaking is quite easy, I sort of remember in the last league race I've seen or done around here. It's quite easy to do. But again, because of the flowing corners, you need to know this track. You need to be confident with your setup. Track limits as well are interesting. The curbs are interesting.
Interesting's the right word, yeah.
Yes. What do you expect around here? It's still good league racing, isn't it?
Yes, it's always very eventful. We will be guaranteed a safety car. I'm almost sure of it, because there is no way that these drivers can either like keep it out the barrier, or one of these curbs is going to spin them into somebody else. It's just one of them. One of those tracks. 31-0.
That is really good pace already early on from Q1, because I was expecting, what was F2? F2 yesterday was, obviously we had the F2 race yesterday.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to watch that, it's on the YouTube channel already. They were in the high 30s, weren't they? I think for pole, if I remember rightly. So, and I know this is obviously a division lower, but
is it that much of a difference?
Lap time.
Because that is a good lap. That's crazy.
It's that whole debate. I mean, the divisions are close, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, although Toxic MW is 31-1 already, so maybe that is the general pace.
Yeah, could well be, mate. I noticed from doing some laps earlier that the drivers were thinking about low 31s as like the pole position laps. So to see that in Q1, it's a bit of a surprise.
Geez, Spooky had a massive moment out of the last chicane going into Arn, and he's invalidated the last couple corners as well. Had a massive moment. Would have been a 31-4 as well. Yeah, because of the flowing nature of the track, especially the middle sector, Chris, you have to get your turn in right, don't you?
Yes.
If you get it wrong, you either going over a corner, of course that's a corner cut, and if you turn in too late, it's your track extending. It's a lot of one corner after another. See, we're already in the 30s now. Swift is on the second lap.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was talking about before. The second lap on those soft tyres is the better lap. He's gone better on his second lap.
Very nice from Swift as well. Really established himself in the F3 division. Had a good couple of results. Bit of traffic problems for Stretch, our championship leader, going into this race in the Mercedes. Getting a bit of a slipstream behind Camo here. Although Camo is like, are you going this way or that way? No, okay. Weaved a little bit.
That's never a good position to be in when you're the front driver. You don't know what the one behind you is going to do.
No. Of course, some people are in the same party as each other, so they do have communication, but others are not, so you gotta be aware.
Yes.
Meanwhile, these Stretch coming into the final two corners. These final two corners are very interesting, especially the last one. You need to nail the last one, especially if you're starting a lap, Chris, don't you? Because this long straight, technically with a corner in it, I guess, is very essential for a lap.
Yeah, if you get that final corner wrong, you're going to just keep losing time down that straight. And it's a long straight, like you said, and it's a lot of time to lose.
Now, the one thing I am hoping, I don't know whether you've seen it, Chris, is the Russia pile-up on the first lap. I don't know whether you've seen it in any league race, but the run down to turn one, because it's got like a corner, I guess, in between before they break down to the first chicane.
Yeah.
We have seen like big pile-ups in the first lap. That is the one thing I don't hope in seeing.
Yeah, well, that so-called turn 1, I believe it's turn 1, even though realistically it's part of the straight, in my opinion. Because it bunches everybody up off the line, you are going to get somebody that comes across and somebody's going to lose their front wing. It's just one of those corners that just squeezes you in. I've been involved in pile-ups there at start of races before, and it's never fun. It's a disaster, to be honest. But yeah, fingers crossed. Camo, it was across the curb.
Too far on the inside.
A lot of these drivers are not setting laps yet, though, because they're all invalidating.
Yep. And it is a thing around here.
Yeah.
Got to kind of aim for the apexes. Sometimes you go over them.
Personally, I think some of these drivers would be better off setting a banker lap and then just going out and then pushing on the second lap.
It's the same kind of mindset, isn't it? Obviously, we've got 17 drivers here, so we're looking at 2 being eliminated from Q1.
Yeah.
As always. If you're one of those guys that you kind of expect to go through, like, for example, Ice the Best, he's done it. He doesn't need to think anymore, I don't think, about going out again.
No, he's fine now.
That's the mentality. If you expect to go through into the top 10, you don't, like, over-push, do you?
No, you don't. You have to just do what you can without over-pushing the car and putting it in the wall. That would be a disaster for any of these drivers. For example, Musical Rocket right now, who still hasn't set a lap. So the pressure's starting to go onto him, because if he doesn't set a lap, he's starting at the back.
He's still got 8 minutes, plenty of time.
Yeah, just I would hope that he keeps it out of the barriers, because I've seen some of his practice and he keeps putting it in the barrier. So it's a bit of a hope for the best for Musical, because he will be quick if he nails the lap, but if he keeps it out the barrier, it's one of them.
Ferrari 1-2 at the moment, repping one shot, 30.8 just ahead of Swift.
That is a nice lap from repping one shot.
Yeah, very good pace early on. Of course, ripping one shot, and Grunty for that matter, is demoted the word? Demoted isn't the word. Put to F3, because they were in F2 before Monza.
Yeah.
And then they obviously had their first F3 race in Monza. Demoted isn't the word, is it?
Relegated?
I'm trying to think of a better word. Yeah.
I mean, one of those words
I
could work, I guess, but there is another word we're looking for, and I can't think of it. I'm sure it'll come to us at some point. Interesting.
I mean, is the right decision for the pair of them?
Yes.
But it's that whole the divisions are so close. Maybe they could have been kept in F2, but they're competitive in F3. It just sums it up, isn't it? Like the pace difference between 2, 3, and even 4. 2 to 3, 3 to 4 is so ridiculously close. So when you see someone like top of F3 and you automatically think, oh, they should be in F2. Well, technically, but then again, technically not.
Yes.
They are where they are for a reason, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. Because, I mean, they could be winning the races in F3, but if they got to F2, they could be trailing around at the back. It's finding the right balance, really. Camo needs to set a lap here. Oh, we didn't.
Yeah, both Racing Points are struggling, aren't they? They've already done a few laps a piece, and they need to get one on the board.
Yeah, exactly.
Spooky's about to put one on the board, but it's going to be the 31. Oh, he's lost it.
Oh no.
Always a lucky boy.
Did he get damage?
Oh, he didn't even set the lap either.
Oh no.
Ooh, he went very wide that last corner.
Yeah.
Caught it on the curb. It invalidated his lap and chucked him into the wall. And he's very lucky. He's still going.
I think he's got damage at the front right though.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have to get around quick.
He's got time. There's still 6 minutes left.
Oh yeah, that is true.
If he did that with 3 minutes, then I'd be worrying.
Yeah, that's true.
Not what you need though. That's going to rattle his confidence.
Exactly. That's putting him in a. Musical nearly lost it on the final corner, but does set a 30.9, so that's decent from him. He's in the session.
30.9 with a slide in the last corner.
Yeah, I caught the end of that slide. He was nearly around.
One shot retiring, easily safe.
Yeah.
On a 30.8.
What is the cutoff we're looking at then? What do you think the cutoff will be?
It's quite close, actually. I've only just looked at like the times we need to be looking at, but probably high 31, I'd say.
Yeah. So you think Crazy Fish might be a bit risky?
Yeah, considering you got Millsy, both racing points, Gasly and Spooky that need to set a lap, and I'm pretty sure Shane. Wait, Quain is a mixture between quirky and Shane.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I was meant to say both separately. Yeah, I think both of them can go quicker than 32s.
Yeah, Shane's on a lap now, actually, coming into the final sector.
Yeah. On his 5th lap on a pair of softs. I know you said keep running on them.
Maybe 2 or 3 laps, maybe 5's a stretch. But you never know. No.
32.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have to go around and get a fresh set of tyres on, I believe.
Back to improved is actually really good. Drivers' Championship. I've got them here, so I'll go through them. Stretch leads on 142 points. Obviously gained the lead from Sainz's absence, or leaving the division, obviously leaving the league entirely. He's having a break completely. Obviously, I hope he's back soon, obviously, for the next season. If not, maybe a few one-off races before the end. Yeah, he's gained the lead and he's held on to it, but he's been caught by Musical Rocket. Obviously, last week's winner in Singapore. Controlled that race as well, if I remember rightly. So he's kind of the guy in form. 13 points back, so if he has a good result ahead of Stretch, he can take the lead of the championship.
Ooh, could get close.
And that would be interesting considering he joined in Canada. He's just really settled in brilliantly, to be honest. Behind him is Quaker Oats on 98 points. He's he's 44 points behind, but if Stretch and Rocket have a few iffy results, Chris, he can get back into it. There's still plenty of points available.
Yeah, plenty of points to still play for. What round are we in? I've completely lost what round we're in.
There's 6 races after this.
Oh, okay, 6 races after this one. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so plenty of points.
Oops.
Yeah, for example, if we have... I'm not saying we will, and I'm hoping we don't. But if we have a big sort of collisions down into turn 1 and both Rocket and Stretch retire and Quaker wins, all of a sudden he's right in it.
Yeah, that is true. That's a very good point, and it's very possible around a track like this as well for that to happen.
Possible at any of the next 6.
Yes. Yes, well put.
Same with Camo as well. He's on 90 points. He's 8 points further back from Quaker Oats. Although he is on a run of 6 no points plus a 9th in Singapore. He really needs to get back on form if he wants to challenge for the top. Behind him is Eagle on 75, followed by Alice the Best on 62. Obviously, without the championship battle, we're obviously thinking about the top 4, which is currently Camo holding on to that 4th place for the Race of Champions at the end of the season.
Oh, yeah.
I's the Best on 62. Millsy is in there as well, 60, and Shane on 55, and Spooky 54. Koala is on 49 points, followed by Quirky on 39. Gasly 35 with Toxic MW on 31. DPS on 21. Swift on 19. Crazy Fish on 10. Grunty on 6 and Blazer Guns on 3. Minute to go, Chris. We still have both McLarens and both Racing Points yet to set a time.
Yes, and I've also just noticed Shane is retired.
On a 32-0?
Yeah, I think he could be in trouble if these guys behind set a lap.
Yeah, he'll be in big trouble, actually. If these guys can set a lap, because they've done multiple laps now, multiple attempts.
Yeah, exactly.
We said about track limits.
And Grunty's gone P6 with that lap of 31.2, so he's safe.
There we go. Can his teammate follow? There goes Rocket. I mean, you were safe, Rocket. You didn't need to do that, but okay.
That's pride.
I want to be first.
Yeah, exactly. Spooky
Ooh,
final
Camo,
corner.
that was close.
And he's hopefully going to... I think he'll do enough here. Yeah, 30.7.
Oh, yeah, 30.7.
He's done enough.
Jeez. Yeah, he done all right. Oh, Camo. Camo's out.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that.
What turn was that? Turn 7. Yeah, he's weaving the wheel in frustration. That is... Oopsie.
Now, the only person that can put Shane out now is Gasly coming into the final 2 corners. He just needs to not invalidate, and he's got a good chance. And he hasn't invalidated, and he's put Shane out. Wow.
Yep, 31.7. Shane and Camo.
Wow.
On the back row.
I'm surprised Shane retired with that 32-0, you know. Quite shocked about that.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that he's done 5 laps on a set of tyres and then don't go back in for a fresh one.
Yeah, it seems a bit of an odd one, that one.
Hmm.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see those two battle through the field, though.
Yeah, maybe he's not expecting a lot from this track and just thought, we'll do this Q1 just like a version of practice. Maybe he hasn't had practice yet.
Yeah, very possible. Very possible.
Big shame for Camo and for Shane. Both notable drivers in the F3 at the moment, so they'll be on the back row. But both are capable to work their way through back into points. That's the thing with both of them, so...
Yeah, exactly. Is Toxic on a lap? No. Oh, Stretch might be on a lap here.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't need to, but he's going to finish it. Around the final corner, 31-1.
Nice one there from Stretch.
It's very close for the time being. 2 tenths covering the top 5.
This is going to be a very good battle for pole. If all of these drivers can get through Q2 as they're probably expecting to at this point, it'll be a very close battle for pole position today.
I think top 10 is going to be interesting as well, because you look at, past the top 5, you've got another 4 separated by 2 tenths. And then another 3 all on a 31-4. So
oh, wow, yeah.
into that top 10 is going to be nice.
I've only just seen that. That is very close.
Mm.
And also Gasly and Crazy Fish have got a bit more in them as well, so they could be pushing towards that top 10 fight as well.
As for constructors, Red Bull lead the way on 276. They are 32 ahead of Williams, to 244. Just ahead of Racing Point on 238. Mercedes on 217, so very close battle for the top of the constructors. Ferrari, bit of a gap to 142, Renault on 124, Alfa Romeo and Alfa Tauri both on 101, McLaren on 95 and Haas on 84.
My poor Haas.
No. Right, let me get the stream up. Only 9 viewers at the moment. It's slow burner in terms of the viewer count, but always bumps up before the race, so I'm not nervous really.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people just tend to jump in to watch the race, don't they?
Mm.
That's where all the craziness happens.
Certainly. Right, into Q2, and this is where strategy comes into play. So you've done a few laps, you said you had?
Yes, I have. And the strategy, some of these drivers may be trying to start on the mediums, but the problem with that is the softs are just so much quicker. So it could be one of them where people try and go out on the mediums nice and early, but then have to come in and do the softs, depending on what everyone else does as well.
Mm.
But yeah,
dry conditions as well, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah. It is prone to rain around here, so I am surprised we haven't seen any yet. Bronte's trying the mediums already. I've just seen him.
Mm. Yeah, yesterday I saw a few drivers, mostly included Dangerous Dan and who was the other one? Little Sparks.
Yeah.
I think they qualified outside the top 10, but they started on medium tyres. Went very, very long on them, but stayed on very decent pace. And then they were absolutely unstoppable on a fresh set of softs.
Yes.
So I'm with you. If you can get through on the medium tyres, you're laughing, to be honest. But even if you're just outside the top 10, it's still very, very powerful.
Yeah,
if you can keep the pace up.
It's definitely the optimal strategy, but it's whether you can get into the top 10 with that strategy. It could be close. Because I've already noticed Grunty's on the mediums, but then we've got Stretch on the softs already. So it could get a bit of a mixed up grid.
Well, Stretch isn't hanging back. I want to set a lap, get into Q3. I want to be on the fastest tyres. I want to get the grip off the line.
Yeah.
Your grip off the line as well. If you start on the mediums, as I said, long run down to turn 1, you lose like what, three or four places, depending how many go on softs.
Yeah.
So it is a gamble if you do it.
That is also something I've been testing as well. The softs off the line are so much superior to the mediums. It's crazy. It's a huge difference. So if someone's starting on the softs behind the medium, they will get them.
Yeah. On board with Stretch now as he heads through, well, technical turn 1. See, with the DRS, of course, in hot lap into turn 2 and 3. Got to get the turning right. You keep it within the track limits, of course. Hitting the curbs are not too much. And then this long, almost never-ending turn 4, and then into turn 5. So 90-degree right hand. You've got to get the exit over the curb. And it's a decent first sector for Stretch. Turn 6 with a lock-up. You can run the car a little bit wide on the exit. Turn 7 is flat out. Turn 8, open the corner up. That's exactly what Stretch has done. Turn 9, kind of a double apex left-hander. And then turn 11, key corner, because you've got this long sort of curved back straight. You could see a lot of overtaking, but brave overtaking, because the braking zone and the turning zone for the next corner, this right-hander is all in one. So you might see a lot of brave sort of lock-up moves. Maybe the car get a little bit loose. And in this last sector, in my view, kind of the make or break of the lap, especially this cambered left-right chicane, which is very, very awkward to do. So a very good lap so far from Stretch. Into the final 2 corners. In the last corner, if you're finishing your lap, you just chuck the car in. Hopefully it sticks. It's a 31.0 from Stretch. It's a very decent lap that might see him through.
Yes. To start off, that's not a bad lap at all. Also, whilst you were doing that lap, Blazer Guns hit the wall on the exit of the final turn, and he's lost a bit of his front wing. So he's going to have to get around now, get in the pits, get that replaced, and maybe think about coming back out on the softs, I would believe, depending on how he feels. But I didn't want to interrupt your lap, but I caught the end of it. I just saw him sat at the final corner, just looking at the wall. So I don't really know what happened.
Oh dear.
But yeah, it didn't look great for him.
Toxic MW in the 30s. Oh, and he's dropped it last corner as well.
Oh, wow. They're pushing so hard off that final corner there.
As I was saying, because if you're just finishing your lap, you might as well just chuck it into the last corner.
Yeah.
If you get the angle right. Obviously, the risk is obviously if you crash it and, well, total your car, then that's it for the rest of your qualifying.
Yeah, exactly. It's a huge risk to be taken, but I guess it's gained him some time there with the 30.7 that he's done.
Yeah, I think the key around this track, as you saw on board with Stretch, and I mentioned it a few times, is there's a few corners on this track you can kind of open up, take the wide sort of entrance to the corner, so you carry more speed.
Yeah, you get the momentum off the corner, and it's huge around it. It really is. You need to carry as much speed through the corners as you possibly can. It's a flowing circuit, as you said in the intro. It's just one of those circuits where you need to carry as much speed through the corners and also carry the speed down the straights. It's a technical circuit. Spooky. I don't know if he's on a good lap here, but he's coming into the final sector. We'll find a few corners. Into the final corner. He's going to hopefully nail this. And he does a 30.5. Okay. These drivers are definitely up in the pace now.
Yeah, fastest lap of the evening so far.
Oh, Quirky's invalidated.
Yeah, that's very good. That's very good pace from Spooky in the McLaren.
Yeah, that's a nice lap. You only dream of laps like that.
Yeah. Spooky's record recently, obviously I'm looking at his best results. It's been on the podium once, and that was in Baku. And that's his best result. Let's have a look at that again. Yeah, that's his best result apart from last week, which is in Singapore, he got 6th. Had a very unlucky season, I think, Spooky. He has the pace to challenge towards the top. Seen him challenge for the top before in previous seasons. Just been very unlucky, and that can happen, Chris, in any league, any division. You come into it thinking, I've got the pace to do really well here, but it just doesn't work out, and it's just wrong place, wrong time. It's nothing that you've done.
Yeah.
A lot of luck comes into this at some points, doesn't it?
Yes, exactly. It's very, very possible. You have one bad race, and then the luck is gone. You have multiple bad races until you finally somehow break the unlucky streak, and you finally find your pace again. Because he hasn't lost his pace. He's, as you can see from his 35, but he's just having a tough time. He's always in the wrong place at the wrong time, or just something goes wrong for him. But hopefully, for his sake, he can soon put it back together and actually get himself a podium, which he's more than capable of.
Yeah. Of course, the other thing across the season, isn't it, is how you manage your season. It's a long season. It's going to be longer than the next game if we do, obviously, every track, which is, by the way, still up in the air about how that's going to work, because really we don't know, to be honest, because the last I heard, Chris, the 3 new tracks, Imola, Portimao, and the Saudi Arabian Jeddah track, which is, I'm neither here nor there about that track, to be honest, but
no.
That's for a later show. Apparently those 3 are going to be post-release.
What?
Or something like that.
That makes no sense.
I don't know.
Don't release the game if it's not ready.
No. Well, it's like they don't want to delay the release of the game.
Right.
That's fair enough. But obviously, because of the way things have gone in the world, so on and so forth, the 3 new tracks, they haven't had time to do them properly.
Oh, Musical's been...
Oh, Rocket's out!
Yeah, I think he's crashed.
Oh, no!
Uh-oh. That's what I was talking about. He is prone to the odd mistake.
Oh, right in front of Millsy as well, which had to go very offline for his lap. It's just about recovered it. But yeah, Musical Rocket, big shock. Because... obviously, as I said, he's been quietly nibbling away at Stretcher's lead. He's going to have a lot of work to do from 15th.
We're in for a very good race now with him battling through the field. He's a very aggressive overtaker, put it that way.
Yeah. Big opportunity for Stretch if he can qualify well into the top 10.
Yeah, it is. Stretch, hopefully now for his sake, he can actually get himself up near the front, not towards the back end of the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then all he has to do now is just try and gap everybody in the fresh air.
Must have just caught it on the curb there on the outside, and he just couldn't stop it.
Yeah, it's a very easy place to lose it where he lost the back end, I believe. I'm sure we'll see the clip.
Yeah, that'll be a test for him, I think, as Grunty moves himself into 5th on a 31.1. That's right. I think like a mid to low 31, Chris. I think that's going to be the cutoff of the top 10.
Yeah, I think you're probably about right there. A few drivers
and no
will
one's
still
going
need
for
to go
mediums.
Out. Yeah, I mean, this is my point. The mediums are the optimal strategy, but they're so much slower.
They're too slow.
Yeah, so a lot of drivers have tried it. Obviously, QWERTY Turtle there, and it's just not enough. He's going to have to go out in the softs.
What you need, if you want to qualify on mediums, is a mutual agreement that everyone qualifies on the mediums. But not anyone's going to do that.
You'll never get that.
No.
But yeah, it's unfortunate for the drivers that tried it, but we're just going to have to go out on the softs and bite the bullet.
Mm-hmm. Rippin' One Shot was on the mediums. He's now on the softs. Obviously, did a pretty decent lap on the mediums, I think, a 32.0. But no, he has to go on softs. Cannot risk being eliminated out of the out of Q2, starting outside the top 10.
No, especially with the pace he showed in the first session as well.
Yeah, he's got a big potential for qualifying, I'd say at least top 3.
Yes.
Shown by the pace, but you got to do the lap when it matters.
Well, yeah, exactly. You can't be doing it in Q1 and then not doing it in the other 2 sessions, where it really does matter. That was
just about the turning right.
That was close to invalidating.
Yeah, tensed up a little bit into the final 2 corners. I mean the 30s, I think. 30.6, not top, but safely through.
Yeah, more than comfortable there for him.
Yeah, everyone now on softs, everyone going at 110% on these last few laps. 3 minutes to go. We've got Quirky on the bubble. Guy in the danger zone, as they would say.
Quaker starting his lap, hoping to get himself out of the dangerous zone.
Driver at risk is the saying, isn't it? They say on TV.
Yeah, driver at risk, that's the one. We need that. Yeah. We need that added in as like graphic for next year's game. That would be
Maybe
awesome.
They will. Maybe they will.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, AWAT, Shane and Camo was out in Q1. Camo 17th, Shane 16th. And already we've got Musical Rocket in 15th. Who is going to join them? Might get a bit of surprises here, because it is still quite close.
Grunty thinks that's enough, and I think I would probably agree with him on that one. It's close, but I think he might be just okay.
Yeah. Well, Quaker, I think, is already improving to get himself more out of danger. That'll put Grunty down 1 more space. It's a little bit of a risk.
Yes, it is a little bit of a risk. Especially with Eyes the Best still needing to set a lap, and Swift as well.
You know what that is? That's taking a gamble so you can have a fresh set of softs for Q3.
Yeah, that's true.
That's that gamble. You want to have a good go at Q3, so you're 6th with like a minute to go.
Yeah.
Here comes Quaker. Yeah, goes to 4th.
I would like to be on the track if I was in Grunty's position. I wouldn't have retired yet.
Yeah, just to sort of counter-attack if you're in danger.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You gotta be in it to win it,
right, so
essentially.
Who's going to be the first? Toxic MW. Again, I saw this in Q1. People that are like safe. Like MW is safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going out again.
Yeah, it's strange. I would just save the... And it's a fresh set of tyres from the looks of things as well. I wouldn't have gone out.
I mean, why is he doing that?
I have no idea.
Unless he thinks all these can go... Wow, okay, 30.2 from Swift.
That is a crazy lap.
We're knocking on the door 29s.
Yeah. Did you see that coming?
No.
I didn't see them getting near
Stop the count.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop the count.
Wow.
Oh, that's gonna send a shiver down my spine. I can't imagine what everyone on track is thinking.
Yeah. Musical's probably sat there having a little cry after seeing that lap.
Yeah. Best goes to 6th. Yeah, Grunty's now 9th.
Oh, yeah, Grunty could be in... You might be right here.
You know what else? Who else is in danger? Both Mercedes. Stretch and Eagle.
Oh, yeah. And they've both called it early as well.
Quirky, personal best, Sector 1 as well. He qualified on the mediums. Apparently Musical Rocket in the chat has a plan. He has a plan. Was this all part of the plan?
You don't know, because it's not a very good plan.
No. Right, time is up. Blazer Guns is... Oh, he's crashed at the same place as Musical.
Gasly's invalidated.
Oh, no.
And Millsy.
Also...
Only Turtle to improve.
Yeah, so Grunty's now safe.
Yeah.
Blazers lost at same place at Musical. So it's just Quirky that can determine whether Gasly's going through or not. Is Gasly going to breathe a sigh of relief, or is Quirky Turtle going to ruin his chances?
And he does.
Oh, by 100.
That's close.
Wow.
Wow, that's
unfortunate. That was a very rough last couple of corners. I think he lost a lot of time through there, but it just made it. Gasly's like muttering under his breath, I think.
Yeah, he's not going to be very happy about that one, especially because it's so close.
But fresh tyres.
True, yeah. He could be in the best position of everybody. Start on those mediums.
Oh, it's a master plan. Is it the Ferrari master? No, you're not driving a Ferrari, are you? So it doesn't work.
Well, he's crashed, so he's learning.
You're starting on wets, even though it's dry. Is that the plan? Anyway, everybody on soft tyres, but that advantage, that's almost 3 tenths that Swift has. Ferrari could be looking at a front row lockout here, Chris.
They could be, yeah. They've got some really good pace here. Spooky could ruin their plan, because I think he's a good fight for pole position today. He's a good bet for it. Eyes is a little bit lower than I thought he would be. I thought he'd be a bit further up, to be honest with you.
Holding something back, maybe?
Possibly,
Just
yeah.
doing enough to get into Q3?
Very possible.
Right, so those eliminated. Gasly in 11th, only just by 100th. Crazy Fish wasn't that far off either, but he starts in 12th. Millsy 13th, and both Blazer and Musical Rocket doing the master plan, crashing at turn 5. It's all part of the plan, don't worry. It's like 14th and 15th place. Obviously a shame for them, because I think they both maybe had the pace to sneak into the top 10. But they'll be starting just ahead of Camo and Shane.
Very mixed up grid so far. That is for sure.
I've just realised something.
What's that, mate?
We have 4 what I label as very forward-thinking drivers starting from the back of the grid.
That could be interesting.
Interesting. Again, no, all 4 capable if they can stay out of trouble down to turn 1 and on the first lap. Pick off a few places. Fresh tyres as well.
Yeah, very true. I can imagine all of those drivers will start on the alternate strategy. Can't imagine they'll start on the softs at all.
They won't go on the hards. Hards?
No, that would be a bad idea. Don't go on the hards.
Hards is another one of those tracks, isn't it? You really only put them on if you get hit on the first corner and go to the end, basically, isn't it? And try to recover something.
Yeah, to be honest, the hards on this circuit are awful. I can't stress it enough. They are very, very bad. They are,
as I said, a last resort.
Yes, correct.
If you get hit that one and there's no safety car, or even if there is a safety car thing, repair for damage, go on hards maybe.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't even go onto the hards in that situation. I'd probably still go to the mediums.
Really? They last?
It's borderline, but it's better than being on those hards because you lose so much time on them. It's crazy.
I'll know that for Wednesday.
Yeah, those hard tyres are not good.
Right, Q3. Who's your money on pole? I mean, that advantage by Swift at the end of Q2, and he's quick in Q1 as well. One could almost say this is Swift's to lose, but was anybody else holding back? And Swift's still got to do the lap.
I think for me, Spooky's probably my shout for pole today. I just think he's got a little bit more in him that he hasn't showed yet.
Right, I'll keep on board with Swift. If you go to... No, I'll keep on board with Spooky.
Yeah.
And please tell me that the first Ferrari is Swift.
I will keep an eye on this a moment. He's here. Where's
he's just in the last sector now.
That's one shot, isn't it? Yeah, one shot's coming to the line.
Oh, one shot's coming to the line. It's like 4th in queue.
Yes, he's coming around the final corner now.
Perfect. If you keep an eye on his sector times as he crosses the line.
Yeah,
I'll compare it to Spooky's. Alright, on board with Spooky. Nicely through turn 1 and 2. And 4, you've got to kind of hug it, really, but you've still got to be careful of the curb because it can sort of throw your car off.
Yeah, it's a very easy place to invalidate as well.
Always running it very close to the Left line 32.6 from Spooky, and that's pretty solid, I think.
Yeah, One Shot's coming up to it now, and he's done a 32.8.
Oh, couple of tenths down already. Oh, Spooky flinging the car in, just managed to keep it in the lines. That was aggressive turning.
One Shot's looking very smooth at the moment.
Alpha Tower gets out of the way, that'd be Quaker. 103.9 from Spooky at the end of that long curve straight. Got a Renault of MW who's also been looking good.
104.3 from One Shot, so I would say this lap's not going to be relatively close. And Swift has invalidated.
Maybe for One Shot.
Yeah. Yeah, Swift's invalidated long back as well.
30.2 from Spooky.
That's one of the fastest laps we've seen yet, isn't it?
Yep, equaled it.
And One Shot's done a 30.8.
Sadie's a stretch, 31.2.
Anyone else on the lap?
Eyes 30.8 as well. Got 3 and a 30.8. The racing point of Grunty invalidates.
I think it's Eagle, is it not? Is it only
yeah, just Eagle
now?
from the first run.
Yeah.
All 7. Now this is going to be in where his teammate is, I think.
Yeah. It's not going to be challenging for the front row, so this may be just a bank lap.
Trying to see who else is on a flyer. Swift invalidates his second run.
Oh, it's going to be a frustrating time for him.
Yeah.
Eagle 31.3.
Grunty and Quirky. Quirky's ahead of Grunty on the road, so we'll keep an eye on him.
Grunty's invalidated as well.
Oh.
Just Quaker now, I think, setting a lap at the moment.
Yeah, he's in hot lap. Middle sector 4.5. I think I saw 3.8 from Spooky, so that's still challenging top 5, I think.
I don't think Spooky can improve on that lap either. I'm not sure if he can.
Soon see. I mean, track will be rubbered in, so maybe you can find a few more attempts.
Yeah, very possible through the long, speedy corners.
Hey, 30.8 as well, by 1,000 beats the Renault of MW.
Wow, that is close. Can't get any closer than that.
Happy with that little wiggle of the wheel.
Now is Swift going to go around again? He is. So he's put a few laps of fuel in the car.
I think it's that last corner as well. If you cut the last corner on your out lap, that invalidates your next lap as well.
Yeah, it's one of those corners where you need to be very, very careful.
It's the worst feeling, especially if there's only 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
Of the session.
Very tight line from Swift.
Eagle. Chris, Eagle's done a 30.8 as well.
Oh, I didn't see Eagle.
We got 5. We got 5 people on a 30.8.
That is crazy. That is actually crazy.
So Quaker's 1,000ths ahead of MW, then Eagle's 8,000ths behind MW, then 200ths ahead of One Shot, who's 5,000ths ahead of Ice.
If that was the battle for pole, that would be some battle.
Yeah, and then you got Spooky, who's like 6 tenths ahead of it.
Yeah, he's just like
5 of them.
He's just like, hold my beer, I'll just do this lap over here.
Ooh, Swift's on a good one.
Yes, he is. He's
4.2 in the middle sector.
Could be challenging the 30.8 crew up there.
I think he'll be ahead of them because they were like mid-4s after 2 seconds. God, he's running it very close to the wall.
Yeah, he's pushing the limits a little bit.
Might be good. Oh,
nice front row for him at the moment.
30.5.
And now we just got the little period in between.
That's on 3 lap softs as well.
Yeah. I like these softs. As soon as they do a couple laps, they are nice tyres. But at the start, they do not warm up very well, that's for sure.
No.
But yeah, after run number 1 here, we got Spooky sitting in provisional pole.
Yeah. That's a lovely feeling, isn't it? When you've done the best you can on like a fresh set of tyres and then someone beats you by a couple of tenths on like 5-lap-old tyres. Like,
it hurts.
I never get it. I never get it.
No.
It's the one thing...
Mate, it happens to me
all
all
the time. It's the one thing
I've
never got in this game.
Yeah, it happens to me all the time and it's so demoralising.
The problem with me is I'm too old-fashioned, and I remember the times where you can only get 1 lap out of your tyres, no matter what the circuit.
Yeah.
And on this game, it's like, you do about 3 or 4 laps, and it's fine.
Yeah, which doesn't make sense because in real life that's not the case. You do 1 lap, and that's your prime optimal lap.
Well, I know in Monaco just gone, they did several in Q2 and Q1, so...
True, and they were getting faster too, actually, in Monaco.
Mm.
But let's not talk about that race. It was it wasn't great.
Fruitful.
Yeah.
It was topical.
Yeah.
Can't complain it wasn't topical. It just wasn't entertaining at the time.
No, and the only time we had a battle, they switched away from it.
No, Quirky Turtle, 31.4.
At least he's got a lap in.
Yeah, it could be his only set of tyres as well, because I think he may have used all of them just to get into the top 10.
Yeah, very possible.
Right, everyone that's in the 30.8 club is now on outlaps.
And Spooky's just starting.
Guys on an outlap as well. Let's have a look. I think Spooky seems to me tonight, Chris, to be on it.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks like he's really looking for this one today.
Bit of a wobble through the first 2 corners.
Yeah, that's one of those moments where you need to change your underwear afterwards. Put it that way. Oof. Wouldn't like to be in that car.
Yeah. Did that wobble cost him? Oh yeah, half a second down. No, this is not the lap at all.
That's probably his quality done.
He'll be coasting it.
Ooh, Toxic was going better and then he just lost the back end, so I would say this lap's probably lost. And yeah, he's backed off, I believe.
Yeah.
You got a yellow flag? Is that someone slowing down or?
Mercedes or either or, pick one. Can't think which one it is. It would be quite amazing if everyone stays in the 30.8 club.
Yes.
But I think they'd improve by a little bit.
Be a satisfying thing to see.
Hmm.
It's also a very, very good advert for our RSF1.
Yeah. Very good stuff. 50 seconds to go. Everyone out the pits. Stretch and Swift both on outlaps, but they should be fine. Quaker's 4 attempts up. Might be challenging for pole here if you can hook up the final sector.
Yeah, you can win a lot of time in this final sector.
They have really cambered that chicane he's just gone through as well, especially the first part. Really want to be hitting the apex pretty much every time. This is good. This could be good. 30.5. Oh, 2 thousandths behind Swift.
Just
off the front row.
To Swift, yeah.
Might have run a tad wide on the final corner. Ripping one shot is validated. He's done for the day. P6 at best.
He'll be disappointed with that, considering his early pace.
Eagle just behind him is going to get a lovely little slipstream. One shot's really got to get out of the racing line. He does.
Was that a planned toe? That looked. I would have moved out the way earlier.
I think they're friends. Don't think they're friends, but Ferrari helping a Mercedes? That's absurd.
Yeah, I wouldn't have given anyone a toe. I'd have got out of the way.
It's like if Max Verstappen give Lewis Hamilton a toe.
Yeah,
you never see that.
No, you wouldn't. Not in a million years.
No. Oh, Eagle 30.7. Oh, he leaves the 30.8 club. Proves by 10.
There's only 3 of them remaining.
Yeah. McLaren just crossing the line. Spooky's done. Is it going to be pole? The Renault are toxic. Watch Grunty, please. I will watch Grunty in a minute, Mr. Sauce.
Toxic and bruised.
MW 30.6.
Quaker's done. He's in the pits. Yeah.
I's the best. Second. I's the best goes second.
I knew he had that kind of pace in him. Is anyone else?
Swift is 3/10 up, challenging for pole. It's going to go from just being bumped off the front row to pole 30.0.
Wow, so close to the 29s. What a lap that is from Swift.
Also, I missed Grunty Sauce. I'm sorry. He went into the pits.
Yeah, he invalidated.
I apologise. Again, that's like the 5th lap.
Yeah, he invalidated.
Jeez. I shouldn't laugh. I'll probably just do the same thing Wednesday, so.
I'll be lucky to set a single lap, mate.
Wow, Swift pole position.
He'll be very happy with that, but they'll be disappointed it wasn't a Ferrari 1-2 because it was looking likely at one point.
Ah, teammate, you let me down. I'm on pole, but he's 7th as well.
Yeah.
That was me saying it was a Ferrari lockout. And in the end, like, everybody else left the 30.8 club to leave Whipping One Shot by himself.
Well, at least he stuck to it.
They all improved in the end. Yeah. So Swift and Spooky on the front row. That's a good qualifying for I's the best in 3rd, just ahead of Quaker Oats in 4th. MW then Eagle. Whipping One Shot in 7th. Stretch in 8th. Quirky Turtle 9th and Grunty in 10th. I say Stretch in 8th, a bit of a surprise, because we did say, didn't we? With Musical 15th.
He had an opportunity.
Yeah, closest rival. I mean, he's in the top 10, but not solidly as he'd hoped.
No, as I was saying before, he wouldn't want to be down to the bottom end of the top 10, and that's exactly where he's ended up, unfortunately for him.
Recently played with. Where is Swift? I forgot to invite him just then.
P1 is basically P3, is what Swift just said.
Slipstream.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing similar to Belgium, isn't it? In fact, it's actually worse because you don't have any interruption like Eau Rouge and Radion.
Yeah, he's got a point. I think if he'll be very fortunate to be leading into turn 1.
Yeah, it's one of those things. If you're not used to like the starting procedure in this game, it's the way it's going to affect too much. Mr. Swift, wow, great pole position. You've been on pace pretty much all 3 sessions of qualifying. Obviously topped Q2, I believe, but then found a couple more attempts to 30.0, which is really good pace, I must say. But yeah, big competition from the likes of Spooky tonight for pole position, so you must be very, very happy to nip that ahead of him in the last lap of the session.
Yes, I am very pleased. I mean, I could have possibly gone a few temps quicker, but I mean, that's a push. That's if my lap's
say that.
That's my lap's like spot on, and you rarely get those. But yeah, I hate P1 round. Like, I'm obviously happy that I've got P1, but
I was going to say
the main straight it kills you. I'll be very surprised if I stay P1 by turn 1.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you hate P1 so much, why did you get it? Why did you push so hard to get it? I know your meaning. I know what you mean. Yeah, it's similar to Belgium, only you've not got Eau Rouge and Radion in between. It's very flat down to turn 1. I guess though, obviously you've already shown you've got pace around here. Spooky looking very close to you, but obviously there could be others. Their race pace coming forward. I guess even if you lose the lead and maybe drop to 3rd, as long as you stay in that lead gap, that's all you really are thinking about, I guess, in the first stint.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be very happy with a podium either way, but the one person I'm watching out for is Musical Rocket, 'cause he's on mediums, and I know starting on mediums around here is like very important, but wait, he's on softs at the moment, but we'll see.
Yeah, he's on softs according to mine. See what happens. Yeah, obviously you've had 2 very good results, Monza and Singapore, but both times you narrowly missed out on the win. Is it going to happen tonight?
I mean,
I've said it now, isn't it?
Russia is my favourite track, so I'm hoping it is.
I've said it now. Mr. Chris, any quick question before we get going?
No, not really. Just try and keep your nose out of trouble, and I believe you'll be fine. It's one of those races.
Thank you.
All right, let you get to it. The race is about to start. So
yeah, all right. Thank you.
Oh, I do not like what Musical Rockets just commented in the chat.
Well, here goes nothing.
Yeah.
Don't just chuck it in there at turn 1. Jesus.
I'm surprised he's chosen the soft
him to do that. Right, here we go for the grid of F3. Can you take us through it, please?
Yep. I'll just wait for everyone to get off the grid so you can see the cars. So, rearing up the grid today, we've got Camo in the racing point. Very disappointed with that. Alongside him, we've got Shane in the Renault. Then Musical Rockets starting down in P15, which is a complete surprise to everybody, but I'm sure it'll make some great entertainment. Blazer Guns in 14th in the Alfa Tauri. In 13th, we've got RSF1 Millsy in the Alfa Romeo. Crazy Fish in the Red Bull in P12. With Gasly starting with a fresh set of tyres just outside the top 10 in P11 in the McLaren. Runty in the top 10 in 10th place. Quirky Turtle in the Haas in 9th. RSF1 Stretch has got a good chance today to extend his championship lead in P8. Ripping One Shot in P7 in the Ferrari, with Eagle in P6. Toxic MW in the other Renault up in P5. Quaker Oats in P4, with Eyes the Best just missing out narrowly on the front row of the grid in the Red Bull in P3. Then we got Spooky P2, and our pole sitter in the Ferrari, CSR Swift in the Ferrari, who's, as he said a moment ago, a bit disappointed because he thinks he's going to get slipstreamed into turn 1, but we can only see. It depends on his start, really. There you are, mate.
Thank you very much. I've never heard so much hate towards pole position. I really didn't want to be here.
Yeah,
Jeez,
I'm quite
honestly.
surprised.
Right, strategy. Under the tyres, Crazy Fish, Millsy, and Blazer, the only ones starting the mediums. I'm kind of...
Swift has spun.
Oh! Swift has spun it. Oh no. Oh no.
One way to warm up the tyres.
Oh, no. We're good. If you're only... As long as that's the only spin you have, okay, we're good. I'm kind of surprised there isn't more than those 3.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I thought that Rocket would certainly start on the mediums.
Well, the situation Rocket has got now, and Shane and Camos, they need to get past those medium shod tyre runners as soon as possible.
Yes. Otherwise their race is, they're in for a very, very long weekend. Or night.
Alright, 27 laps for the Russian Grand Prix. It's a very, very long run down to the first corner. I'll ride on board with Eyes the Best. They'll get a lovely slipstream, I think, from the Ferrari if we can get things going. We are for 4-5 red lights for the Russian Grand Prix. Lights out of the way to go. It's a very good start from the stretch, actually. He's rocketed away from the line, and actually he's got a good couple of car lengths ahead of Spooky. Oh, Eyes the Best and Quake hit contact. There's more contact behind. There's broken front wing. That's all there is for now. It's 4 wide going into 5 wide nearly. Oh, and it's carnage.
Oh, it's chaos.
Someone turned in. Well, there were 5 wide pretty much.
Musical
and someone
Rocket
turned in on Quaker.
Already.
How's he 6th?
He's had
7th.
an amazing
safety car.
He just lost the position just a second ago, but he had an amazing launch off the line.
Yeah. 4-5 wide into turn 1 or turn 2 technically. No, that don't work.
No, doesn't tend to. Who's got damage?
Camera up 8 places as well. That's basically, you know what that is? I'd love to be on board with Musical Rocket and Camera. That's probably just going through the smoke like NASCAR style with a pile-up. Just like
hope for the best.
Keep your foot float. I mean, it's a great start actually. Yeah, by the looks of it, Quaker Ropes is kind of in the middle of like both Mercedes and somebody else, and someone just turned in as if he weren't there, but because they're 5 way, that obviously they had to turn in, and it's just wrong place and wrong time. They all just...
Yeah.
That's a simple case of someone has to back up, but no one is gonna.
Yeah, it's a hard one for them, but I wonder if Gasly and Quaker Oats will pit and go for the hards.
Any damage? There's damage,
Yeah.
I think, to the Mercedes.
I believe there's damage on Quaker Oats' car and also Gasly.
I know there's damage to Stretch, most importantly, but not to Eagle. This is not what Stretch wanted at all.
Yeah, Gasly's in. I believe Quaker should follow, yeah. They're both in to repair their front wings.
I'm surprised by there isn't more people actually with damage. I'm actually... I don't know whether I'm impressed or... yeah, I'm more surprised than impressed, actually.
They've both gone for the mediums. I believe neither of them thinking, oh, Stretch has gone for the hards.
Stretch hards. Stretch hards.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Quaker Oats and Gasly have both gone for the mediums, though. Interesting.
Who is... It's Swift leading, isn't it?
Yeah.
There it is.
Our order's messed up again.
Timing pages, all that.
There we go.
We'll wait until they've sorted themselves out. So, Whip and One Shot's had a pretty good start as well. Got him kept out of trouble. He's up to third.
We'd be very happy
now
with that start.
as well. Yeah. So in the space of 20 seconds, if we're talking about championship status here, of course a long way to go in this race, anything can happen, but 20 seconds ago we were looking at Stretch in Q3, Musical Rocket 15th. Now we have Rocket 6th, Stretch 15th.
Yeah, it's,
and on hard tyres as well.
It's crazy how things can change so fast.
Mm.
So Rocket starting on those softs now
Camera up 9.
actually looks like a good strategy call.
Camera up 9, Blazer up 5. Who's on mediums? Is anybody still in highest to mediums is Blazer right now on 9th, and that's good for him, this safety car, isn't it? Because he can stick with the leaders. That's the key, being on the medium tyres when everyone else is on softs. Stick with the lead pack as best you can, and then you reap the rewards at the end.
Yes. Yeah, that's correct. Because at the end, he's going to be so fast in comparison to everybody else.
Mm.
Up there with Millsy and Crazy
Safety
Fish,
car,
they could be coming
one more
through.
lap.
Who's in the pits now? Grunty.
No one. I was going to say no one should be.
I saw.
Did he get damage off somebody?
Don't know. I saw the Racing Point going in. I was just wondering why.
He must have got damage off somebody as they were going round. Yeah, front wing. So not good for Grunty, and he's going to join Stretch on the hard tyres.
It's a brave call.
Yeah, so yeah, Blazer, Millsy, Crazy Fish, they haven't really made any position gains, I don't think. But no, yeah, Blazer up 5, Millsy 3, and Crazy Fish 1. They kind of stuck to one another.
Yeah.
Again, off this start, those on the softs, they've only got about another 6, 7-ish laps.
It does depend, because those softs can go, I think, about maybe 10 laps, maybe 11. Because they've got a bit of length in them. Because around here, tyre wear's really, really low, surprisingly low actually. And they could maybe stretch them even further than that.
Perfect for Rocket as well. He's on fresh softs, and he's right with people that aren't on fresh softs.
Yeah, he should be very, very fast on this restart. That's for sure.
Again, was this all part of the plan, Musical Rocket? There was going to be a pile-up of five cars in turn 1.
Sometimes it's good to start really far back. You avoid it all.
Mm. If he'd qualified rather decently, he could have been in the middle of all that.
Yeah, he probably would have been in the middle of that, to be fair.
Crashing in qualifying was a blessing. Who would have thought it?
You don't say that often.
Actually, I had that in my very first race this season in F2. I got hit by my teammate at turn 1.
Yeah.
And then there was a pile-up of like 8, 9 cars 2 corners later.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a
Which
nice
I
relief.
arrived, it was basically a car park.
Nice relief you got hit
And-
by your teammate then.
Yeah, I realised if I hadn't got hit by my teammate, I would have probably been in it because my teammate got hit off. So
that's mad.
Anyway, restart. Swift's gonna be very careful when he drops the throttle.
I think he'll
go. Him spin under the formation. That
he'll go on exit of the final corner, I think.
Or midway through this one.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, Spooky! Spooky's nearly lost it. That's going to give Swift a very nice gap. He's holding to second. But he's going to be under big pressure from Ripping One Shot to make it Ferrari 1-2. They're going to all be in overtaken Rich. It's going to be difficult. Oh, there's the yellow flag. Grunty at the back has spun
Grunty.
it.
He's in the wall and he's still in the race.
Cold, hard tyres.
Yeah.
Probably. Horrible under a safety car restart. But away we go. Rocket's looking on the back of Quirky for 5th. Crazy Fish and Shane
side by side,
changing position as well.
Oh, Shane's gone deep.
Oh, he's going to have Gasly up on the inside of him. Gasly trying to elbow his way in.
He's pushed him off slightly there, I think.
Like, I want to... They're still side by side.
Oh, this is tough racing here. Very, very hard. Got the elbows. Oh, contact.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Shane just turned in and just went, yeah, I'm up in that corner.
MW and Millsy also, both Renaults are like getting into it, getting stuck in.
Toxic makes the move, I believe.
Yeah, soft tyres. He's going to make progress ahead of these on mediums as Rocket
going around
is
the
all
outside.
over the back of Quirky.
He makes it stick.
Nice move. Used to be a bit of ERS. Very clever.
Now he's got a break.
With, trader cars behind him.
This is the key moment of the race. Brake before the DRS is activated. Otherwise you get stuck in that DRS train and you will not be able to separate the cars behind you.
Penalty already for Eagle.
2 drivers with penalties already, Eagle and Gasly. Is Grunty calling it? He's in the pits again. No, I think he's just changing his wing.
Rough race. He needs a safety car to get back into it again.
Yeah, he does. Especially because he's now on the mediums as well.
Yeah, that wobble from Spooky was key, wasn't it? Because Swift has now got a manageable gap at this point.
Yeah, and he's gapping them more and more by the corner as well.
Quirky's struggling to hold eyes the best back. Remember, we only scraped into the top 10. Used tyres as well. And
I should get
the best,
here.
I think, is keen. Oh, there's a Renault MW has spun it on the back straight.
Does he have any damage? That's the key thing. I don't think he does.
No, seems okay.
Crazy Fish looking very racy on the back of Millsy.
Oh, yeah, Millsy's got a whole train of cars all the way back to Stretch and 15th, who's doing okay on the hards at the moment.
Yeah, he must have got them warm very, very fast. That's the key thing with those hard tyres.
Either that, or he's just stuck behind everyone battling.
Yeah, that's also that's also an option. Toxic in, so he must have had damage.
Oh, Millsy's going to be attacked from all angles here. Here comes Fish up at the inside. Millsy's not going to let that go easy. And Renault, don't stick in the middle.
Oh no!
That's Shane, free wide, hello. Shane going a long way round.
Late break.
Shane going to get 2 for 1. Trying it.
That's a lovely overtake there from Shane.
Big elbows out for Mr. Shane. Love to see old Millsy's been shuffled off in all of that.
Yeah, he's lost a few positions in a couple corners there, but now we've got Musical Rocket all over the back of Eagle. And he should get him with the DRS assistance. I don't know if Eagle has it. Yeah, Eagle has it from the car in front as well, though.
But Rocket is using a lot of ERS. Going to go for the faint move. No, not close enough. Makes Eagle run into the corner though. This will be a choreographed move. And yeah, Eagle's got a bit of a slide. This will be lovely worked off if you can make it.
Ooh,
does Eagle see him?
Not a corner where you want to go side by side.
Oh, lovely.
That is a nice
double
overtake.
Switch back.
Has he got it? No, he hasn't got him yet.
No. Eagle's like, nah, you're not having this so easy, son. And a drag race.
Beautiful racing from the two drivers here.
Yeah, giving each other room. Someone's got to yield.
And I
think Rocket will have it.
Rocket had the DRS and Eagle did not, which cost him
Eagle's Quirky. Quirky getting his nose stuck in as well. Oof.
Oh, something's happened.
From these guys. Toxic's had another spin. Not having a good start to this race at all as Quirky edges by Eagle. That's all part of momentum. Eagle's momentum got interrupted by Rocket passing him, and Quirky just followed through. Now Eyes. Oh, this would be a brave move at turn 7. Oh, bit of contact. Oh, he's round. In the wall. In the wall damage as well.
Oh, it's a very brave move he went for, but unfortunately he should have been a little bit more patient.
It's a fast corner, isn't it? If you make that move on the first part, the apex is when they turn in.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Eyes, but maybe that'll come with experience. He maybe should have waited a little bit longer for the overtake.
Oh, what's going on here? Oh, as apologies. Camo is making a move on Eagle, and it's not come off very good because Camo's hit the wall somewhere and he's got damage.
Camo's luck is just not changing.
I was flicking onto one shot because one shot's just moved into second, and Camo's made a very early stop behind Eagle. They're both pitting.
Go on to the mediums. I think they could probably get to the end from here.
Yeah.
Spooky's not giving up this place to one shot very easily. He's coming back at him.
Scratching these hards has actually moved into 10th place now. Quite respectable, although Gasly's looking back on the inside of him. So still side by side. That grip of those hards is so difficult to fight anybody on them. He's doing his best. Again.
Ooh.
They're still side by side.
This is lovely action from the lads.
Oh, careful stretch. This is where Eyes trying to make a move here. He just backed out of it.
Yeah. He's practically pushed him through that corner.
Right. Up to the front. Spooky, as you say, not letting one shot go, but all this is just allowing Swift. It's now got a gap of just over 3 seconds. Up in the front.
Stretch gone past Gasly again with the DRS assistance there.
Finding what he can. Spooky pits. Looking for the undercut, I think.
Just about got the car slowed down for the pit lane.
Undercut, if I remember rightly, is very strong here as well.
Is it really powerful around here? Because I've not tried. I have no idea.
I remember like a couple of years ago it was very strong.
Huh.
Spooky in for mediums.
Yeah, he's certainly going to go to the end on them now. He might even get a safety car assistance as well to get him to the end.
Oh, Blazer. Looking for... Would have been an interesting move for the inside of turn 5, but it's all working out. Blazer's doing pretty well on those mediums. He's comfortably the fastest on them at the moment.
He's keeping up with Quirky, isn't he?
Well, this is where the softs start to go off, don't they? This is where everyone on mediums can now start making moves.
They're hitting the cliff.
Yeah. About 7-8 laps, they start like... I mean, they start going off on about that 5, give or take, 5 or 6. And then it's like 8, 9, you consider pitting. I mean, Spooky's already done it. He's got loads of clean air. He just wants the undercut on one shot.
Easy overtake here.
Blazer... Yeah, moves into 4th place now.
Yeah, it's a comfortable pass for him, and he's going to now look to close the gap in on Rocket a little bit, who seems to have just stagnated in P3 at the moment.
Gasly and Stretch still going at it. Gasly got back by ahead of Stretch.
Both Ferrari stay out and Rocket stays out.
Yeah, no one else pitting.
Shane's in.
There goes Shane.
Getting rid of those 8-lap-old softs.
Apparently Camo's not very happy. Again, I apologise, I didn't fully see it. Rocket with a penalty.
Camo down in P14 at the moment.
Yeah. Stretch is fighting tooth and nail with Gasly right now for ninth place. This is ridiculous. Swap positions left, right now. He's just gone right on the inside of turn 4, but Gasly's still got the inside of turn 5. Rubbing tyres again. Forceful stuff.
These two are having a great time.
I just hope it doesn't end in tears.
Contact!
Oh! Again.
That was a good catch there from Gasly.
Still side by side. I mean, Mills is getting a lovely front row seat of all this.
Mills is thinking about getting involved. You can see him just sitting there in the background, considering his options.
Technically not what Stretch needs, really, because I know hards can go safely towards the end, but it's to be in sort of clean air, because try and salvage something. I mean, where he is now, actually, Chris, I think you could get, like, solid points.
Yeah.
Not what he wants, but could be enough, could be worse.
Yeah, it's better than nothing. You're better coming away with
Swift
a few
pits.
points than no points.
With Pitts from the lead, puts his teammate one shot into the lead. All working very comfortably for Swift at the moment.
Quirky's in also.
Yeah, he was on no softs. Where is Swift going to come out?
Just
behind the Millsy, Stretch
Yeah.
and Gasly battle.
He didn't want to be in between that, put it that way.
And there is Spooky, and Spooky's quite close to him, so I think when one shot pits Chris, Spooky's going to easily undercut him.
Yeah, I think he might do. One shot stayed out way too long on those tyres. He should have reacted to the pit stop from Spooky.
Oh, Gasly's already on 12 seconds of penalties.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, he's in that phase that this is the thing with me and penalties,
Rocket!
right?
He nearly was in the wall. I don't know if he hit the wall or not there, but he was sideways.
Alright, no damage.
Yes, as you were saying, mate.
Yeah, most of my penalties, funnily enough, come in battles when I'm with someone.
Yeah.
You know, trying to battle them. And I think that's kind of the phase at the moment that Gasly's in at the moment. He's so focused on trying to keep Stretch behind. That's where all the track limits are stacking up. As soon as you get one, then two, they start building.
Yeah. Yeah. Front two are in, mate. Front two in.
Oh, and Rocket actually caught right up to one shot in the pit lane.
A lot more braver into the pit lane. Now, where are the guys they'll be battling with?
Swift will be easily back in the lead.
Yeah. Gasly's out.
Oh!
What's he done? Did he hit the pit lane?
Wait.
I think he might have hit the pit lane. No? Where is he?
No, that's manual retirement, I think. Check on race director.
Yeah, he's in the pits, isn't
Meanwhile,
he? Yes. Retirement.
Yeah, he's manual retirement. Maybe it's too many. Meanwhile, Spooky's done a massive undercut on one shot. Isn't it 5 seconds in front?
That is a crazy undercut.
Was one shot too cautious coming into the pit lane? I know you really have to slow down, but...
Yeah, he definitely should have pitted a few laps earlier, because he's been done by the undercut massively.
Yeah.
Now it's whether he has the pace to catch back up with Spooky.
Swift, meantime, with his pace, is now caught up to Millsy, who's yet to pit.
Also,
Top 5.
Rocket has stayed on the back of the Ferrari as well.
Potential podium. He's got his own penalty, though, so that might hamper him a little bit.
That's a surprise. Rocket doesn't tend to get penalties.
Yeah, through goes Swift. Fresh tyres. Head of Millsy, and he's going to be now behind Stretch, who's trying to get to the end.
Yeah, stretch won't make this difficult for him, I don't think. He knows the pace difference.
Oh, Camo and Eagle. Camo gets by Eagle.
Swift's already going to get
Apparently
stretch.
they made contact earlier.
Oh, did they?
Apparently they did. Again, I was on a move that Camo was making on Eagle, and then the next thing I saw was Camo in the wall with front wing damage. So I'm putting two and two together and assuming.
Yeah, more than likely.
Yeah.
Swift's making his way through the traffic nice and fast.
Yep, he's got a comfortable 3-second gap now behind Crazy Fish.
Yeah, he should make that up in no time. Crazy Fish is on 12-lap old tyres.
So those that stopped, you got... I mean, Quaker has already pitted, but there's no way on earth those mediums get to the end. I mean, actually, could they? Another 14, so they would have done 24 laps.
It's possible, but they will be really second-hand by the end.
Yeah. And then you'll have people on softs chasing him down as well, which will be...
Yeah.
That'll be ridiculous.
He'll end up dropping out of the points if he tries to stay on them, I think.
So you got Blazer currently leading, doing a pretty good job at the moment. Crazy Fish as well, and then you got Millsy. The question will be, I think, Chris, is when Blazer pits, where is he going to be on fresh softs, and what can he do from where he is?
Yeah, exactly. It depends when he pits and if he gives himself enough time to make up the time he will lose in the pit stop as well. Spooky's going to be having to go at Millsy in a moment. Should be quite a comfortable move when he catches up a little bit more. I think he's going to wait to the next straight.
Easton says it's not possible. Mediums can go to the end from here.
Ah, okay, well...
And he's normally pretty good on his tyres, so
yeah.
If he says it's impossible, or not possible...
We have to trust Easton, don't we?
Mm.
Not something everyone says very often, but we have to.
Right, so Spooky doesn't want to be held up behind Millsy at this point, because he is actually being caught by One Shot. One Shot is gradually bringing that gap back in and bringing Rocket along with him.
He is. It's because Spooky's staying behind Millsy for a little bit too long here. He needs to get past.
Oh, Millsy, that's a harsh one.
Yeah.
You saw that, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm watching Spooky and I saw him just in front. That's a comfortable overtake.
Yeah. Millsy be heading into the pits. He's similar to Blazer, but obviously further back at this point.
Yeah.
Who's got the most penalties? Oh, Camo has the most penalties.
Ah.
It's 9.
Poor Camo.
Yeah. 6 for Eagle and Grunty. Then you got 3 for Eyes, Toxic, Musical, Millsy, Spooky, and Blazer Guns at the moment.
I just saw what Easton said in the chat.
Swift now eases by Crazy Fish.
Yeah, Swift is just going to catch up with everybody so fast and just gap again. Unless he does anything silly here, he's got this race in his pocket, really. It's in his hands.
Unless there's a safety car.
Yeah, if there's a safety car, then we get a little bit more entertainment. But at the moment, for him, it's comfortable.
At the moment, he's got a comfortable gap.
Yeah.
He's in control of this race, but it could very easily go. Oh, Camo's up to 12 now.
Yeah, I have a funny feeling Camo might have lost his head slightly.
Oh, Shane has one. Shane doesn't normally go. Oh, One Shot. Was that damage? He tapped the Alpha, but it's okay. Millsy's really struggling on his tyres, actually.
Yeah, they're really second hand now.
Yeah, One Shot kind of nudged him on the way through, but it's alright.
I get a feeling Rocket's backed off a little bit, because he seemed to be losing a lot of pace recently. He's not even catching up with Millsy.
Hello, Invade Map. Thank you very much for everyone that is watching. It's a little bit lower tonight for some reason, 13, but you know, that's just coincidence, I guess. Sometimes be a little bit lower down, but thank you very much for those that are. I'd say this race at the moment, Chris, I think you agree with me, apart from obviously Celtic start.
Yeah.
And apart from obviously a little bit of argy-bargy, shall we say, disagreements, been pretty good race actually. Pretty interesting battles. Relatively clean.
Was that pit lane? No, he's binned it.
Must have hit the wall on the inside because that car is embedded.
That's the end of the straight,
into the wall,
isn't
it looks like. Yeah.
Wow, if you can call it a straight.
Anyway.
Toxic takes a pit stop under this.
Tell you what, one person, if that was a safety car would be cursing, that would have been Swift. But it is a virtual, and unfortunately for both AlphaTauris, who are yet to pit, and even Crazy Fish and Millsy, not long enough.
Yeah, exactly. Toxic's coming out now, so he's kind of got a free pit stop, just about.
Here comes Rocket, who is flying up to the back of Millsy. I don't think Millsy really has much defense on the tyres he has. Sweep round the outside from Rocket. Careful, careful, careful!
Ooh.
It's the... What's the saying? It's the immovable force meets the... I don't know what that saying is. Can't remember what it is. Rocket's moved by, almost loses it on the curb. Millsy's in anyway.
Rocket's gone wide as well, so that's probably a warning unless he got off the accelerator.
Yeah, I think it's alright. Lost time, no. There's battle with Spooky and One Shot.
Blazer's coming out on the softs now, so he's chosen 10 laps to do this. And Camo sped into you kind of knew what was coming there.
Yeah. The fact set to 1. So Blazer comes out 9th place. Right behind Quirky, and he's got to go sweeping around the outside on these softs. Hold it, hold it, hold it. He's going to do it.
Oh, he's brave. Contact.
Bit of contact. Nice.
Both drivers
Lovely.
done well.
Straight out
keep that in a straight line.
Straight out the pit, straight around the outside of turn 4.
Yeah, that's exactly what he needed as well in his battle to catch up with Rocket and One Shot for a potential podium.
Oh, look at this now. We've got Stretch on hard, trying to get to the end. Ripping One Shot has caught the gap up to Spooky, and all three of them are behind Crazy Fish, who is about to pit, I think.
Oh, wow. We're getting a bit of a DRS train here, and Stretch is going to hope that Crazy Fish stays up for a bit longer, or he's in a lot of trouble.
Oh. All closing up.
One of those circumstances.
No points for Racing Point.
No, it's sad for Racing Point, to be fair.
No.
But, yeah.
They struggled all evening, apart from a few laps from Grunty in qualifying. Fish is in.
Yeah, which is
held up Stretch in the process.
But that's going to leave Stretch now sitting duck with the two drivers behind him.
Got a good exit out the last two corners, though.
That's an amazing exit.
One Shot's going to be on Spooky here. They both got DRS, but look at the drive. One Shot has... Can he get it done? No, Spooky's sticking his nose in still.
That is very clean racing.
Oof. Brave from One Shot.
Yeah, very nice overtake.
Into, one would assume, and that's second place, because I think he should be able to get by Stretch here.
Yeah, he should be able to quite comfortably. Just get a few corners here, and then down the back straight, if he's close enough, he'll just go streaming past him.
And before long, if these two get... Again, I'm assuming at this point. Before long... Oh, Rocket! 6 seconds.
Yeah, Rocket seems to be in... it looked like a minute ago he was in tyre conservation mode, because he was just cruising. I don't know what's going on. Didn't get him down the back straight there, One Shot. He's still behind Stretch. I'm quite shocked about, to be honest. I thought he'd have had him there.
I tell you what, I'm quite impressed with the job that Stretch is doing so far on these hards.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons he is the championship. He is the championship leader, isn't he? At the moment.
Yeah. By 13 points.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons he's up there, because he's a very What word
consistent.
am I? Yeah, consistent. That's the word I was looking for. He's a very consistent driver, and it's very impressive to watch.
One shot still not close enough down to turn 1.
Yeah, he seems.
Blazer meantime's absolutely flying. He was 3 seconds behind Rocket. He's now 1.5.
Yeah, my call here is Blazer for the Oh, damn it.
Oh dear.
Commentating curse me.
Pushing a bit too hard. He's now on the same penalties as Rocket.
I think if Blazer's careful here, he can get close to the podium. Obviously his penalties may cost him. But, yeah. Oh, he's wide again. That's another warning.
Yeah, he's pushing as hard as he can. Oh! Oh!
One shot!
Two wheelers. Oh, I wish I had that on broadcast because Spooky's going to snap it up. There he goes. I was right on board of one shot. I'm pretty sure he two-wheeled it.
Oh, wow. The worst thing is he got a 3-second time penalty for it, and he lost time.
Yeah, and yeah, now he's on a direct battle with Spooky, and Spooky's squeezing him. Right, but he's two-wheeled it, back into the battle, sweeps right in front of Spooky to the braking zone.
That's dangerous.
Oh, I was like, okay, I'll have that back, right, calm myself.
Yeah, and all this time, Stretch is just sat there thinking, this is great, just carry on, lads. Because it just gives him a little breather.
Also, it's getting overcast, I just noticed.
Oh no.
No, it's not dark enough for rain. I don't think rain's on the way, but...
Laser Gun should be getting Rocket down this straight, but I think he's just picked himself up another warning, so he's probably close to another penalty.
Here comes one shot using a lot of VRS and eases by Stretch. He's done looking at the back of the Mercedes.
Laser turn
into
1.
Second.
Gets past Rocket.
Yep. Now he's got 3 seconds to catch up to the guys in front.
Rocket's coming back at him though. He hasn't given up yet. Yellow flag? I think that might be Toxic at the
Toxic.
back. Yeah.
MW again. Just not had a good evening at all.
No, he's had possibly the worst evening he could as a driver. Not been great.
So I'm just thinking here. 7 laps to go. Stretch. I don't think he's going to get a podium here.
No, one shot got him. When did one shot pass him? I didn't see that.
Last lap I was on it.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Worky's on the move as well, also on the soft tyres. He's a bit further back from his teammate, but he's now into 8th on the back of Shane. I'm just looking at Stretch here, so he's got Spooky, then Blazer, then Rocket, but then he's got a gap to Shane, and he's penalty free.
Yeah, Stretch is in a really good place right now.
Even if he gets passed by Blazer and Rocket, as long as he stays within 6 seconds, he can finish ahead of them.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, at the minute, Blazer's absolutely flying.
Fresh softs.
Yeah.
Fresh softs at the end of the race.
He's caught up
They're
with
lethal.
Spooky very, very fast now.
Well, Spooky's just gone flying by Stretch. There we go.
Yeah, just about enough room to cut across into the braking line there.
This is the twisted turns of this race. It's like at the very start of it when Stretch had to pit and was taking hards to the end. I really thought... I'm very happy to be humbled actually, because I really thought, you know, he was going to lose out massively.
Yes, correct.
The Rocket.
I thought the same. But
And now the penalties that Rocket has, Stretch could still finish ahead of him.
yeah, I think Rocket is going to rue those penalties because they are going to cost him a chance to close the championship lead in.
Here comes Blazer using those fresh... Well, this is 3 lap softs against 18 lap hards.
Yeah, but this should be one of the most straightforward moves you'll see. But it isn't.
Oh, Stretch. He was centimetres away from hitting us Spooky. There's a yellow flag for MW's calling it an evening.
Yeah.
He was way back.
To be honest, I'm surprised he didn't call it an evening before.
Invade Matt saying in the chat, how many laps are you supposed to do on hards? None. Pretty much, you're not really meant to touch them.
No, they're awful. You don't want to be on them at all.
No, they can easily go to the end, can't they? Even if you pit lap 1.
Yes. Yeah, they can do the whole race. Obviously not within the rules, but...
But if you get the braking right... Yep.
I had a terrible camera angle of that one. Couldn't see anything.
Penalties are going to hurt him still, but he's ahead of Rocket.
Yeah.
And he's gapping his teammate Quaker, so he could still get 6th, I think. 5th? No, 5th. Which would be his best result by miles, pretty much. He got his first points a couple of weeks ago.
It all does depend on whether Stretch's tyres really do go off, because he could drop outside of the 6-second window. Because the drop-off in the tyres is huge. And there's Spook with another penalty, and he's gone wide and lost the position to Blazer.
Blazer's through. Blazer could be looking at a net 4th now.
Blazer's my shout for the podium. I think he could generally get a big gap here, and he could do it.
It's tough, innit? Because it could still all ease off, and then also the other thing I'm just thinking as well, because he's quick now.
Spooky
the wall!
No!
Oh!
Spooky!
Oh, Tariq on the throttle, and he's round into the wall. Safety car would have been interesting.
Yeah.
But oh, what a shame for Spooky.
As I said, Stretch has lost so much time this lap. I don't know if you've seen the gap, Stretch to Blazer, but it's huge now.
I mean, well, it's 5 lap fresh softs against hards. What a shame for Spooky, and he's retired it as well.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He was on for a good result today.
He's not happy with Rocket. He lunged it from so far back.
Very brave from Rocket.
Very. And he's rubbing tyres with his championship rival here.
He knows he's got to pass him and pull the 6-second gap, or he's not going to get the position.
Mm-hmm.
And Blazer's just ruined his chance of the podium, I'd say.
Yeah, he's now on 9.
Yeah, that's probably ruined it for him.
Rocket's got to be careful here.
Yeah, he's got to be careful, but he's also got to be very, very fast in passing him. He's going to have to get him here realistically and then gap him.
I'm thinking the person that could actually benefit from all this is Quaker Oats. Penalty free, fresh tyres.
Oh, I didn't see Quaker Oats sat there and sip. He's had a very quiet race.
Rocket's swinging to the inside. DRS open, that could have ended horribly, but he's through.
Yeah, he's made the move. Now will Stretch fight him? No, he can't, can he? His tyres are gone.
Probably thinking, nope.
I don't think he can if he wanted.
Stretch is looking at a 6th place here, I think. But if he keeps within DRS with Rocket, nothing Rocket can do.
Yeah. The thing is, for Rocket now, is he's got to push so hard, but not get a penalty.
Yeah, he's looking at a 5th, potentially 6th. And if you'd said to him the end of lap 1 on hard tyres, I think he would have taken it.
Yes. Yeah, I completely agree. Considering where he left himself on the grid, this is a very, very good recovery drive from Rocket.
And this is what makes championships. Of course, race wins and podiums and good points does, but it's when the times do not go right for you.
Yeah.
He was in the wrong place, wrong time at turn 1. And many others would have thrown the towel in, wouldn't they? They would have just, like, gone into... like, just drive round mode, basically. But he's like, no, I'm going to stick on hard tyres. I'm going to get head down as Rocket nearly bins it. Jesus.
He's pushing so hard, but I don't think he's got much left in those medium tyres. How long has he been on them? 11 laps?
11 laps, yeah.
So they should be okay. Yeah, he doesn't seem to be able to gap Stretch at the moment.
Yeah, Stretch is just like, okay, I'll just stick to your gearbox. You've got two penalties.
At the moment, I think Stretch is on the podium, correct?
Yes, he is. He's got to hold back Quaker's on for 3rd.
Yeah, Quaker's flying.
I mean, Blazer's flying. He's absolutely flying up to the back of one shot, but his penalties are going to hurt him.
Yeah, he's got 9 seconds. So yeah, that's going to be honest, actually, Blazer's quite close to getting the podium, isn't he? If he can get past one shot...
He's got to pass one shot and then pull away and don't get another penalty.
Yeah, if he can pass one shot quickly, then he could potentially gap enough.
I think in all this, I've got to have an apology to Swift. I haven't really given him camera time, but to be fair, he's controlled this race.
Yeah.
Dominating. Hasn't been ever since the turn one. He was so afraid of like the run down to turn one. He rocketed off the start.
Yeah, he did. He got an amazing launch, didn't he? Ooh, Blazer's not.
Yeah, he was gone.
Blazer's not catching up to one shot here. I wonder if he's. I wonder if he realizes he just can't pass it anymore.
Well, this is where the soft tyres. That's where their edge has gone. Like he was really quick to begin with, and now
he's used up all the rubber on them.
Well, they're only going to be slightly quicker now, aren't they?
Yeah. It's not the huge difference he needs, unfortunately for him.
Quaker's on the move. Up behind Stretch and Rocket. Is Blazer going to be close enough end of turn one? I don't think he is.
No, he's a little bit far back.
In it. Alright. See how Quaker is. He's going to be exactly the same, I think.
Yeah. It's one of them now where Stretch is defending for his life, but he's not going to be able to keep him behind, I don't think, through this long sweeping left-hander. Ooh. Is he going to go for it?
He's got to be careful as well. His gap to Rocket. He's got 3 seconds in 2 laps to work with, but this is where his tyres are now, and he's locking up as well. This is where his tyres... Yes, they can go to the end hards, but I'd imagine at this point they're not brilliant.
No, they're very second-hand at this point. But all of this battling here is helping Rocket. He is gapped to nearly 4 seconds. Or 3.5 to Stretch. And here we go. I think this is the move now. Quaker's got him.
Yeah, easy.
And that could be the potential podium overtake, I think.
We'll see. We'll see. But Swift in the Ferrari is about to... Well, he's begun his last lap. As the clouds are definitely drifting in. No rain. Rain would have been interesting in the last 2 or 3 laps.
Yeah, that would have caused chaos.
Is Blazer close? Blazer might be close enough for a move on track. He is. He's just flown by.
It's because one shot's out of ERS.
Yeah, and he's got a bit left. Still pushing. So, yeah, this is for Ferrari 1-2 as long as they bring it home.
Yeah. We're not gonna know the finishing results till they've crossed the line and it shows us. It's
so
it's one of them.
So yeah, Quaker, Shane and Quirky Turtle battling as well. I'll put it on Swift for the last half or so a lap.
You know what, Blazer's actually... He's gapping him very quick. I think he's left it too late, though, to get the potential podium here.
I think he's 6th. I think it's Swift, One Shot, Quaker, Stretch, Rocket, Blazer, I think in that order.
Yeah. Well, one thing we can guarantee is this Ferrari out front. He's been superb today. Swift has been brilliant.
Controlled.
Yeah.
Not too quick.
No.
Not too quick. He's just got the gap and maintained it.
Yeah, the consistency is what's going to get him the race victory today. Look at him. He's swerving it in the wall.
You even tapped the wall. Don't do that now.
Be careful.
There he goes. The final corner and the win for Swift. He picks up his first RSF1 win. One Shot gets Blazer. It's a Ferrari 1-2. Who's going to be third? Oh, Rocket pins it across the line. Quaker. Out of frustration, I think. Quaker third, Blazer fourth by less than a tenth over Stretch.
That is...
It's an AlphaTauri 3-4.
That is crazily close, you know. And I think Millsy is going to get the final point.
Blazer 7th, Quirky 8th, Shane 9th. Millsy 10th, yay! He stayed in the points every race so far. By me. Well done, Millsy. Carries on that record that he's had so far.
Yeah, That was a brilliant race. I'm knackered after that one, mate.
Yeah, I am too. It was a bit robust at times. Cannot deny that.
No.
There'll be a few things to sort out, of course.
Oh, yes,
Always
certainly.
That's the it's not a downside, but it's the result of a close division and close times.
Yeah, it's exciting.
You're gonna get contact.
Exactly, mate. It's exciting to be here for the future. I'm looking forward to the rest of the races this season.
Twists and turns of that race in terms of the championship, as I was saying earlier, you got first you thought obviously Stretch had the advantage in qualifying, and then obviously that happened at turn 1. You think, oh, Rocket's made like 9 places and he's firmly in the top 10. Look where Stretch is on the hards.
Yeah.
But then Stretch's consistency, not only in his championship but in his racing as well, has just shown why he's leading the championship. He does have people catching him, not just Rocket, but also Quaker. Remember, was in 3rd place in the championship. He's beaten both of them.
That's true. For me, driver of the day easily today is Stretch. That's my opinion. Stretch was brilliant. Keeping those hard tyres in working order until that last lap. That was incredible from him.
There's a few candidates. There's a fair few. I mean, Blazer from
certainly.
14th to 4th, just missing out on a podium. Yeah, Stretch on those hard tyres. Swift dominate. Not dominate. Comfortable at the front. Yeah. There's a fair few candidates.
There is, yeah. Very, very entertaining race today.
So Ferrari 1-2, AlphaTauri 3-4, Stretch in 5th. Yeah, despite everything in this race, Stretch has extended his lead over Rocket at least by 2 points.
That's mad. It didn't look like
it
at
up
one
to
point.
15. Goes up to 15. It's still. I mean, in the end, 15th to 6th is not too bad from Rocket, but I think if he looks back at that race,
he's going to be a little bit disappointed.
Points lost.
Yeah, exactly.
Opportunity.
Exactly. Those penalties he picked up has cost him a chance to close the gap.
As I said, at least it's 15 points behind, which is still very much.
It's still game on.
Striking distance in it, so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Quaker doesn't have a mic, so just had the Ferrari voice.
Oh no.
So I might as well just put it on the showroom then. Yeah. Just display the Ferrari in all its glory, I guess.
I'll let you do the interviews, buddy. I'm not very good at that bit yet.
Okay, no worries. Right, so let's. I presume you've both included your audio. You've both been here before, so.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, we go to Rip and One Shot. I believe, are you reserving for Ferrari today, or are you full-time Ferrari? I'm lost in those kind of things still.
Reserving for Ferrari.
Reserving.
Yeah.
Wow. What a reserve job then. Was completely on it in terms of pace and was looking good for a comfortable result. Obviously in a race long battle it seemed with Spooky and Musical Rocket, getting your way through the traffic after you pitted. It seemed though that you went maybe 2 or 3 laps too long on the softs, because when you came out, Spooky had a huge undercut on you. But I guess the thing is obviously you kept or less penalties, and then even managed to get by him once you caught that gap back up. So it's good that you did that, and you must be happy with that second place.
Yeah, very like you said, the pit stop situation, Millsy did me an absolute solid, because I think I was like 4 seconds or whatever after the pit stops, and then Millsy held him up. Well, I didn't really hold him up, but they were battling, and I was able to close that gap, and then thankfully got past him, and then got rid of that gap from Musical, and then for some weird reason I got into second after passing Stretch, and then Laser Guns came out of nowhere and spiced my race up as well. So yeah, I mean, thankfully I had penalties, but yeah, good race for me.
Obviously he was Yeah, he was charging on the soft tyres late in the race, which is almost impossible to defend against. Well, I think it is at this point from what I've seen already these last couple of days. Definitely the strategy to work on if you can make it work. But yeah, solid race from yourself. Obviously at this point, obviously used to be an F2, now an F3. I think obviously at this point you just want to just have a few good races before we move on to the next season.
Yeah, couldn't really find my feet in F2, but yeah, like you said, just want to have a good few races. Obviously GG to CSR Swift. He won it today, won he? Yeah, ran away with it, so GG to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, just want to have a good few races.
Yeah, all good. Next race. What is the next race? I really should know these things. It is Japan, isn't it?
Oh no.
It is. Ooh, Japan next. What do you think about that one shot going into that race for middle track?
It's not the nicest track, but it's one of those tracks that pretty much anything can happen, really. So, you know, I look forward to it when it gets there.
As will I. Watching it, not racing it, as will I watching it. So, good luck for that, and whoever you drive for.
Cheers.
So, we'll see. Who is normally Ferrari? Matty.
Yeah,
Matty. No offense to Matty. No offense to Matty then. Yeah. God. We go to our race winner though, Mr. Swift. I said at the end of the pole position interview that you could be winning your first race today in RSF1, and so it proved. You've added your list to the RSF1 winners. I'm on that list. A long time ago, but I was on that list. But yeah, very, very good race result. And you were very worried going into turn 1, but you flew off the line. That must have been the best race start I think you've had. It must be up there. Yeah, of course, obviously the gap that you got, safety car restart was good because obviously Spooky had a little bit of a wobble on the penultimate corner when you went. So you got the gap back up again. And it seemed that seemed to be key by the sounds of it, because obviously you didn't like the medium tyres. So you were just able to manage it. Japan next. Obviously we heard of your temporary teammate, his thoughts on Japan. What's your thoughts going into Suzuka? Yeah, but it's one of those tracks, I think, consistency, isn't it? Because you can make mistakes so easily. Yeah.
It's a terrible section.
Yeah.
I ended up upside down in a different league race. So.
Blimey. But that'll be for next week. But for this week, well done, Swift, on your win. We have a new winner in RSF1.
That was incredible.
5th place. Right.
Congratulations, mate.
Yeah, congratulations. Well, as Swift said, Chris, if obviously we still have plenty of races to go. Japan next week, USA, Mexico, Brazil, and Abu Dhabi. So it's 5 more. I thought it was 6. It's 5 more.
Okay.
It's 5 more. Jeez, that's scary almost.
It is, mate. It's gone quick.
Yeah, it is. Long way to go in the championship. As I said, Quaker's beaten both Musical and Stretch, so don't count him out. To possibly making it a 3-way battle rather than a 2-way. But if Stretch ends up winning it, that'll be one of the races for me, because that could have very easily been no points, and he's got 10.
How far is he away? Stretch is in the lead, isn't he? By what, 10, 15 points, something like that?
It was 13 points to Rocket. It'll be 15 between the pair of them.
Yeah.
But in terms of Quaker was 44 behind, and he's beaten them by 5, so it'll be 39. It'll be behind.
Okay, he's closing the gap nicely then. He's slowly winning.
He needs another result where he beats them comfortably.
Yeah.
Which could happen next week in Japan. But again, as I said before, if both Stretch and Rocket retire and he wins, right in it.
Yeah, that is true.
Right in it, 25 points. All of a sudden, that'll be 6 or 7. My maths is horrible, but it's something like that. All of a sudden, he's made it a 3-way.
Yeah, I'm expecting a very, very good race next week, because I know Rocket is very, very fast around that circuit.
Ooh.
So.
Ooh. Others had better be on their A game then.
Yes.
Yeah, Japan next week for the F3 boys. It's all getting very interesting.
It is indeed.
Suzuka next time. Hudson, obviously, unfortunately, couldn't do it this week. He should be back, hopefully, next week. If not, of course, it'll be me again. But that will be F3 next week. And I'll be looking forward to that one. Some of them will, some of them won't. We will.
I'm just a commentator next week. I'll refuse to race Japan. Not for me.
I have to race, unfortunately. So.
Oh damn.
Otherwise, I'd maybe boycott it. Russia this week. We still have a few more races to go. F5 is tomorrow. That championship is very heated up. 4 or 5-year-old drivers in there as well. I'm back in the comms box again. Should be with Rogue, or it could be with Lincoln, or it could be with Magic Mark, or it could be somebody completely different.
Could be anybody.
Either way, or it could be by myself. I've done that before. But we'll see. Anyway, I'm definitely back in, unless I'm mortally wounded, probably. That's the only reason I won't be doing it, I guess. or ill. Anyway, that'll be Russia F5 tomorrow. Make sure you join us from 8 o'clock for that. F1 boys on the Wednesday. See if I can get disqualified, or how many penalties I can get. That's exciting.
We're all backing you.
As well as, well, main attraction obviously is Corey Marshall. I think could clinch the title on Wednesday. Don't quote me on that. He's very close anyway.
Yeah.
The way that is there, and then obviously F4, which of course you're racing.
Yeah, my crazy lot.
Your crazy lot. Your crazy lot that has Rocket and Lincoln commentating for you, which makes it even better.
Oh,
yeah. And that's what, like 7-way title fight still?
Yeah, you might see a surprise for the helmets, put it that way.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you for your company, Chris.
Yeah, you're welcome, mate. It's been great.
Yeah, very good race from F3. But until next time, take care of yourselves. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and good night.